standing in front of the magnificent Basilica of St. Francis, built to house the body of Francis of Assisi, who died October 3rd, 1226. His feast day is the day after, October 4th, and after his death, he was quickly canonized. Within 2 years of his death, he was canonized. The foundation stone for the building of the church was laid right under this column by Gregory IX, who very much esteemed Francis and canonized him and laid the first stone in July of 1228. The entire lower church was finished in just 2 years. Why? They had to get him under rock before the Peruvians would come to steal his body. And here's your Italian gesture for steal. Because in the Middle Ages, your town was protected by its possessions of relics. So fast, under rock in just 2 years. How was this possible? Well, plenary indulgence assisted. Pope sponsored wave after wave of plenary indulgence. Look at the inscription over the Gothic pointed arch, inscribed in the magnificent pink limestone. We have a Polish group here too, enjoying their talk by their friar over here. But anyway, the inscription is Indulgenza plenaria quotidiana, daily plenary indulgence for those who go in and pray at the tomb of Francis. And of course, you're going to leave your offering. You would get an indulgence probably if you brought your oxen to haul material. You got an indulgence if you climbed those scaffoldings to work as a stonemason. So the building of the church is done extremely rapidly. Now, let's look over this door here. This is the entrance to the monastery. There's a Franciscan right here in his gray habit. Some wear gray habits, some black, some brown. And this is the Franciscan monastery called Sacro Convento. Convento in Italian is the residence of the friars. Monastero is residence of the sisters. Sixtus IV had this built. And there is his coat of arms. Franciscan Pope, 15th century. You probably know something else he had built, named after him, called the Sistine Chapel. His coat of arms is the crossed hand of Christ and the crossed hand of Francis. It is said Francis is the first to have had the stigmata, the wounds of Christ. And we want to notice the central figure. He's bald and toothless, and that is Bernard of Siena, Franciscan who preached here in the mid-15th century, wishing to restore to everybody the truths taught him by the founding father of the order, Francis. That is, the aspiration for a life of poverty. Bernard of Siena. And the door is beautiful Renaissance, imitating the classical structures. So this is a later edition. Renaissance. And this is the medieval, and we're going into the lower church. Please look over the door. The theme of the Basilica set out for us in the wood. We have Christ and Francis. The theme of this church is Francis alter Christus. The Franciscans are the first to tell you, however, we are paralleling Francis to Christ in Christ's humanity, not his divinity. And as we go in, we're going to see the beautiful sculpted doors. The doors are not the original doors. They were gifts from a farm woman in about the 15th century, and she said, I have nothing to give to Francis. Take 2 of my poplar trees for the carving of the doors. So we're going to be walking into these gorgeous doors carved in poplar. And the doors on the left here are carved with episodes of the life of Francis and also episodes of the life of Clare of Assisi.
I do hope that this brief introduction has enticed you to visit soon with me the magnificent Basilica di San Francesco in Assisi. 10,000 square meters of fresco splendor await inside. Tour with me and discover the fascinating stories associated with the many splendid frescoes. See you soon in Assisi.